Welcome to MetalVice in 666. I'm your host, Brian, joining the other host,
Karen.
And and today's topic is going to be a little bit about Tool in the Sands, a little bit about set lists in general.
A topic that came up from seeing articles on Tool in the Sands.
Yeah, so
we did not go to Tool in the Sands.
We did not. This is sort of an outsider looking in type thing.
Yes.
When it was announced, I was kind of excited and did want to go to it, but it's like it's not going to work financially for us, so we can't do it.
Right. So
if you're unaware of what happened or what the fuss about all this is the news. Yeah, there we go. Tool played two sets. They were scheduled to play two sets at their destination festival, Tool in the Sands. And they played 10 songs night one. Night two, they played 9 songs. 4 of them repeats. The 10th one they were going to play was also going to be a repeat, apparently, based on set list I've seen online. And that really pissed off fans to the point of booing and yelling and flipping off the band and all of that. And I kept seeing people say that like they were supposed to be unique sets. And I didn't see that from the images I saw on their Instagram.
Right. I even went back and found the first post that they said, and it just said Tool 2 sets. Now, I don't know if there was ever an announcement made that it was going to be 2 unique sets, or like if people maybe got an email that said 2 unique sets. I haven't seen anything posted that shows the words unique sets.
One comment I did see on Reddit was it was in the fine print. So what that means, like on the website or on, like you said, on an email. Yeah, I don't know. From that one post, I didn't see it. And that's what people were really frustrated with. They expected 2 unique sets. And the comments you see on this discussion or whatnot are, well, technically they were 2 unique sets because those songs weren't played in the same order. Yeah, same 3
position.
of the songs were played back to back each night.
Oh, okay.
Just in different slots of the set list.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, that got me thinking, like, would I have been upset as well? And I did bring this up during our last boat podcast for Headbangers Boat that Lamb of God, for their first show, I think did Laid to Rest.
Yes. Yeah.
And they were
not during the album portion of their set, but during the regular set. Yeah.
Their first set, they played 2 sets. Their first set, they played Laid to Rest. The second set was for Ashes of the Wake, which that song is off of. So I was like, you could have freed that up for like Walk With Me in Hell or 512 or something. I don't know if they did Walk With Me in Hell. I think they did.
They did. They did not do 512 though.
Or a number of other songs could have filled that slot and given us a unique song for that.
But even to that, like if we bring up Headbangers Boat and Lamb of God, like people were complaining that they did Ashes of the Wake in full again.
Yes.
When that was the special set in year 1.
And they just got off a whole tour doing that whole album.
Yeah.
And I think the most brilliant thing I saw or heard, I think you told me about this, is somebody in the comments around that whole thing was like, I get your frustration, but I didn't go last year to the boat. I didn't get a chance to see them on tour.
Right.
So I'm super excited to see this album and played in its full for the first time for me.
Yeah. But like, I wasn't mad about it. I was kind of disappointed at first, but I wasn't like, oh my God, I need to sue the band because they did this.
And that's the thing. Some people are thinking of suing the band for their set. I don't think that's a great idea. I think it's not going to go far.
No.
But even if it goes far, like, what kind of precedent does that set for
other bands?
Fans being upset about the songs that were played. Like, you didn't play my favorite song, therefore I get to sue you.
No, I don't think it's going to go very far either. And that would be pretty stupid to say.
I agree.
But yeah, so anyways, I wasn't like upset about it. I was more like, oh, that sucks. Like, we already heard that, and we just heard it like when we saw them on tour. But I get it. Like, not everybody got to go year 1, and not everybody got to see them on tour. Now, these people who are at this show, the Tool in the Sands show, probably obviously saw them night 1.
Yes.
And now they're seeing them night 2, hearing the same songs. There's
another kind of correlation there, or like connection there with the boat, in that think of the other bands that played.
Oh, yeah.
You know, they played 3 sets on the boat. A lot of their set was repeated.
Yeah.
Because the first year we went to Shadows Fall all 3 nights. And now not all 3 nights were 100% identical.
Right. They were unique sets, but you heard
there was a lot of overlap for sure.
You heard a lot of songs that were played other nights, which I kind of get. Like, you're going to play some popular songs, but like to your point, it's like, well, 1, not everybody goes to every single set on the show, on the boat.
Yes,
so that is one thing. But 2, like, you're you're still wanting to cater to those popular songs with people or with the fans or whatever. So, however, most of these bands have most of the bands, not all of them, have enough catalog that they could have unique sets. But some of them some of them they need to overlap. But.
And that's sort of like I think that's the conversation we had during one of those podcasts was like, you could have done that and that could have improved your set a little bit more.
Yeah.
Shadows Fall being one of them. But honestly, we went to all three of them because of the scheduling we did that first year and just how it worked out. I didn't have a bad time at a single show.
No.
I enjoyed every single show, even though I heard the exact same song the night before.
But if you have a band, playing devil's advocate, whatever. If you have a band with the catalog size of Tool, you're going to this Tool festival or like Tool sponsored festival, headlining festival, and you're expecting 2 unique sets and you hear 4 songs already. Like I can see that could be very disappointing.
Yeah. And I was trying to think about that. For me, that band for me would be Metallica.
Yeah.
And if I went to, the Chicago shows they had here, if we went to night 1 and then night 2, they played duplicate songs, would I have been pissed? Maybe, depending on what the song was.
Yeah.
Like if they did Inner Sandman twice, maybe I would have been a little upset there.
Yeah.
But also, I don't think I would have.
Yeah.
And also, the way they've structured those unique sets or unique shows, no repeats, and we pointed this out during our podcast as well, is that even though the city itself is unique, the structure of those sets are basically the same at every single city.
Yeah. So if you bought an I Disappear pass, you weren't hearing the same. There's like 2 or 3 songs a night that was changing. So you wouldn't hear those in every single city, but you would hear the other 12 songs in every single city.
It's kind of fun because we were like, all right, they played Creeping Death. That means they're going to close with Master.
Yeah.
And therefore, tomorrow they're going to open with this and they're going to close with Inner Sandman.
We did go to 3 of their shows. We didn't do the I Disappear pass at all, but we did go to 3 of the shows. So by time Chicago came around, we knew what the structure was.
Yep. So I did. There was one comment on Reddit I saw where they're like, knowing what you know now, are you disappointed? Are you going next year to see this show as well?
I think they would have learned now.
Yeah, but even if they don't, like, what if it's the same next year? Would you still go? And a bunch of people are like, no, I'm not doing that again. This is a bunch of waste. This is bullshit. What the fuck? There was one comment in there that I love so much that was, of course I'm going again, because it was a great time for a great vacation, great destination, a lot of fun activities going on, a lot of great music happening. I was just happy to be there and enjoying life, basically. And I was like, yeah, that's kind of how it feels on the boat. Like you just show up and like, cool, you're playing music. It's the same song you played last night. Whatever. I'm just here for the atmosphere, the community, the thing, right?
Exactly. So, it's not always, and maybe people went to only see Tool set and they wanted 2 unique Tool sets because they're like the biggest Tool fan in the entire world. Yeah, they would probably be pissed. But for people who used it, like you were saying, like as a vacation or just a, like a one in a lifetime experience, maybe 2 if they get to go next year, whatever. But like just for the experience itself, because it was like a whole, like you stayed in either resort, like you stayed in a resort package and like they had, it was kind of like the boat where they had like daily things.
I think they had 2 hotels and then like the shared beach and there was like a stage down there, but they also had hotels that you could go outside and get shuttled into as well.
Oh, okay.
So it was a whole experience.
I thought you had to stay at one of the resorts.
You could have, and that probably would have been the best choice. If we did it, that's what we would have opted to try to do. Yeah. I will say, like, I probably would have been upset. I would have found it very disappointing. I don't know if it would have ruined my entire trip, but it would be the thing that I latch onto and talk the most about.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Like, I'd say, you know what? I had a blast. I had a lot of fun. Saw some great music. Met some great people. But Tool kind of fucking sucked.
That's true. Because, like, even if we go back to Headbanger Boat, which is the experience that we've done the most.
That's somewhat close.
Close to
the closest.
Yeah, the closest thing that we've done. So, even thinking about that, last year, we kept saying, like on our podcast from last year and stuff, we kept saying, it was a fantastic year, fantastic music, fantastic everything. But the schedule changes sucked.
Yep.
Like, that was the main thing that we held on to, is like, that the schedule, or the weather made the schedule change, and that was what sucked. They had no control over the weather, obviously. But those are the things, like what you're saying, like, if we would have went to this show, we probably would have been like, yeah, but they played the same songs. It kind of sucked. Like, it was awesome until the end of the second set.
Yeah.
And we heard all those songs already. I mean, and that's what you got to think about it too, is like, it was, I'm sure that was like the headlining before the end of the trip. And now you have this downer right before. Oh, was it not?
So this is another complaint or another thing I didn't like about the way this was set up. Tool opened it on Friday night.
Opened?
Not opened, they closed it. Like,
okay.
They were the opening night. They were the headliner of the opening night.
Okay.
There's Saturday night and Sunday night. They played the headlining slot on Saturday as well.
Oh, not on Sunday.
And then Mastodon played Sunday.
Oh, that's cool.
I would have switched it, and I would have had Tool open and close. Like, bookends, like, why go back to back?
Yeah.
Maybe that would have helped with this as well. I definitely would have liked to see Tool play 2 different sets. I also would have liked more music because every other band only played once.
Oh, okay.
And that's the thing I like about the boat is all the other bands played 3 times.
Yep. You get it more often.
You get a chance to see all of them. I know this isn't the boat. I know this is structured differently. But again, this is the closest thing we have to compare it to in sort of like those destination sort of festivals. I thought this was an amazing idea when I first saw it. I also wasn't the super biggest fan of the lineup necessarily.
Yeah.
There's a few bands I was like, Coheed and Cambria, Welcome Home. I know that song.
But not enough to pay the price to go there. Like, I mean, granted, we do pay for the boat to go on the boat. But
the lineups are more
better.
our thing. There's a lot more music. There's a lot more music that we enjoy on that boat.
I did say better. I meant more that we enjoy.
Yes.
Everybody has their own thing.
So all in all, as an outsider looking in, I think there's things that could have changed to make this festival better, mainly being how the sets were divvied up, as well as obviously the set, but also like, I don't know. I see both sides of this argument. Like, the band's going to put the set they want to put together, and there's a reason they put it together. I like to think to play these same songs again. Like, maybe it fit perfectly with the set they were trying to do. They're the artists, like, or maybe they were phoning it in, like the fans said. Like, maybe, I don't know. I see both sides.
Yeah.
I do think I would have been disappointed, but to the point of booing and yelling at the booing and yelling at the band, and then coming back and be like, you know what? Let's sue the band.
I have
definitely
never
not
booed
the sue
a
the
band.
I don't think I have either.
Like, I don't know when I would ever.
So, I mean, I see both sides, but I don't know. I think it's, I do think it's a bit of an overreaction a little bit. But again, I would have also been very pissed as well.
Yeah.
But
I think I would be in the same boat.
I don't know.
I would be in the same boat. Like, very, very upset.
Yep.
I probably wouldn't join a lawsuit if one is created. But also, I would maybe think twice about going next year.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Like, to see how, like, to not take that chance again to spend that much money to hear my favorite, like, I'm saying it like a Tool fan, like, my favorite band play only 11 unique songs or whatever it ended up being.
Yeah, I don't know. And
or 14 unique songs,
yeah,
sorry.
I don't know. I'm with you there for sure.
Yeah.
So, again, we're outsiders looking in.
We are,
but this is just sort of the hot topic right now as we're recording this. So, I don't know.
Yep.
It is what it is, I guess. I don't know.
Yep. Okay.
Go out, enjoy music.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.